Did you bring home that new dog and you're so excited? You want to take them with you and meet your friends and go to the cafe, but please don't do that with your new dog that you brought home. Okay. Now, I've had a couple of clients lately from rescues that I work with, and I've been running into this. So that's why I wanted to bring this up in my live Training Tip Tuesday. And just to make sure I spread this information, I know the rescues actually give them this information, but I know your intentions because you think you broke your dog out from jail and you want to give them the best world. But in that first, especially that first 3 to 5 days, I really want you to give them time to decompress. And that means, bringing them home to as quiet of a home as possible. If you have family with kids, making sure you have an area in your house where your dog can go relax without anyone bothering them. And you should already establish that anyway for your dog and for the future. But especially that first 3 to 5 days, you really need to let them have the time to decompress. Now, what I'd rather you do in that first 3 to 5 days is to actually bond with them, bond with them and bond with them so, they will begin to start to trust you is what you're trying to establish. And the only thing that I really want you to start training them to do is making sure they go potty in the right place, whether it's outdoors or in your backyard outdoors or in your neighborhood. But I'm going to put an asterisk here because I'm going to talk about walking your dog in that first 3 to 5 days. But basically, that's about all you're doing in regards to training is taking them to the areas where you want them to go potty. And when they go potty in those areas, say good boy or girl, and you can reward them with whatever they deem is a reward. It could be like their kibble, it could be some treats, it could be some playtime. All right. So just work on bonding with your dog and helping them decompress, giving them a safe area and, potty training. Now, with potty training, I want to also talk about not letting them have like full access to the house in the beginning because you really don't want them to make a mistake if possible, right? So during the potty training, I want you to take them out frequently, even up to, like once an hour if possible, right? Especially for more mature dogs. They may not need to go that frequently, but I want them to learn where to go potty. And they're not going to go every time you take them out, for sure. But where to go potty and then being rewarded for going there. So that's what I want you to repeat over and over again in the first 3 to 5 days with them and thereafter. But again, the first 3 to 5 days, calm house, quiet house, and it would be lovely if you can even take like 3 to 5 days off from work, if you can, to bond, to connect with your dog, to help them learn to trust you. So now, as you're progressing, some dogs are much more resilient and they can cope, and then you can start taking them out to other places in your neighborhood for a walk. But in that first 3 to 5 days, I would even say, don't even walk them too far away from your home. Just go out for the potty and then come back in. If anything, if you go outside with them, instead of walking, let them kind of smell around in your area and just watch the world go by. Let them observe what's going on. They can, smell so much better than us. They can take in the scents. They can hear better than us. And they can see what's going on right in your front of your house, your apartment complex, right? And that's enough for the first 3 to 5 days. So thereafter, if you think your dog can handle it, you can start walking them in their neighborhood. But yeah, I'm telling you, the first 3 to 5 days. You don't need to walk them necessarily that far at all. Now, as you're progressing with your dog and you're like building that bond and trust, you may be running into some, I don't know, behaviors that you may not be wanting them to keep practicing. Well, granted, if you just brought him a dog, this particular class is not quite for you yet because I'm starting this next Wednesday. My, there it is. Oh, Rambunctious Puppy Training Program. And basically, what I'm going to be covering in that program is to help you and your pup practice, right? Walking without pulling, not barking, disengaging instead of barking and lunging, chewing on their toys instead of the furniture and their shoes and whatever else that you don't want them to chew on, right? Greeting people without jumping. And, recently, I think last week, it was last week, I just finished a workshop on that. And, making sure your dog will come to you when you call them, and just overall helping your dog learn to relax, and calm themselves when they get a little worried or too ramped up, right? And then I definitely do cover foundational behaviors like the sit down, stay, wait, leave it, drop it, right? But we also practice them in new locations because they may be able to do in your home well or in your neighborhood well, but to continue the up the ante with them and being able to do these in other areas. And then if you still have potty training issues, then, I have tips and suggestions for you. And if you have still a young dog, they may be still nipping, and I can help you with that. And even though they may be not young, some dogs still mouth a lot. And if you want to help to learn how to stop that behavior, I can help you with that too. So, if you just brought home a dog, obviously, it's going to be too soon to do this with them. So I will be, offering this course again. But in the meantime, what I want you to do is, like I said, if you just brought home a puppy, right, or a new dog, right, make sure you're spending the time bonding and building trust, potty training, and just limited access to their world, to at the levels that they can cope with and take in without overstressing. All right. So I hope this tip was helpful because I really I keep seeing this, and like I said, I know your intentions are good, but I just want to share this information so you start them off feeling safe, right? Feeling safe and and you know comfortable, and getting to know you all. That's what I want them to do in that first 3 to 5 days. All right, thank you for joining me for my Training Tip Tuesday, and I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in the course that's coming up, I will drop the link in the comments.